Hey everybody, it's that time of year again. We're back with another obligatory Halloween episode. I'm so sorry. I'd like to say I'll never do that again, but I can't make that guarantee. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm gonna do next. Halloween / Day of the Dead episode. I'm throwing Day of the Dead in there because it's actually about a 3-day festival, so that gives me a little bit of wiggle room to get this video edited, and even then that might not be enough time. So let's get into the Halloween spirit and take a look at some creepy creatures in the form of the stupefyingly stretchy MonsterFlex line.
MonsterFlex super stretchy monsters. New scary creatures ready to fight. Stretch them and strike. They're strong, creepy, and frightening. Find the special ones that glow in the dark and the rare slime monster. MonsterFlex. Collect them all.
So I stumbled across these when I was actually kind of poking around for figures related to another line that I wanted to talk about. And I thought these were pretty cool, and I thought they might make a fun topic for their own little video. These figures fall in with the long line of stretchable, bendable, malleable action figures, if you can call them action figures, in the vein of Stretch Armstrong, although they would seem to fall more in the stretch monster territory.
It's Kenner's new Stretch Monster.
These figures are brought to us by Elisa or Alyssa, I'm not sure exactly what the appropriate pronunciation is on that, and Dyramix, both companies that I don't think I'm really all that familiar with. Never heard of them. But the designs of most of these characters were really eye-catching, even the ones that are clearly borrowed from other properties were interesting enough for me to want to take a closer look at them. They have a kind of a nice, fun, slick little commercial, so the advertising department did their job. It worked on me. I do believe they're up to maybe their 4th or even 5th, possibly even more, series of these figures. I think one of the key selling points of this particular line of figures is just the sheer variety. Yes, a lot of them are standard universal monster type creatures. There are several werewolves. There's a swamp monster, but he's less Swamp Thing and more creature from the Black Lagoon. If you're looking for more of a Swamp Thing, you'd have to go with the Mud Monster, although the Mud Monster is more reminiscent of somebody like Clayface. There's a very gator claw looking guy called the Reptile Man. They have this great scarecrow design that I like. I should have bought that one. What was I thinking? Sombrero Skeleton is one of my favorites as well. He's got a very Dia de los Muertos design to him. Of course, there's a Killer Clown. One of the more interesting designs, which I might end up buying somewhere along the line, is the scary looking gummy bear that might just take a bite out of you instead of the other way around. Other characters that seem kind of inspired by other properties is the Boogeyman, who is clearly inspired by Ghostface from the Scream movies. They also have Tree Man and Trunk Man, and the Trunk Man action figure seems like I've seen that guy before somewhere. There are even some non-monstrous characters, like a thief, a sort of luchador-style pro wrestler, a blue ninja and a red ninja that, to me, look a lot like they were designed by Trey Parker and Matt Stone. So yeah, a lot of variety in the figures. And each series has a couple of glow-in-the-dark figures. Series 2 has a zombie, the slime monster, which is basically just the mud monster, but recast in glow-in-the-dark materials. And in Series 3, there is an alien, a glow-in-the-dark alien, and the glow-in-the-dark ghost, which we will be looking at here in a little bit. So yeah, just the sheer variety of characters that are available is really cool if you're a big monster fan and all that stuff. There's a lot of neat designs to choose from. So apparently they are an Italian company, Dyramix and Elisa, and they do have a North American distributor in Massachusetts, although the toys are still manufactured in China. But take a look at that warning label there. In case of rupture and filling leak, discard product immediately. Discard broken and ruptured character immediately. Yeah, so that sounds great. Cool. Where did I put those gloves? I'm not really that worried about the chemicals inside. I don't plan on abusing these figures to their breaking point, so yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, we hope. But I wore them the last time that I reviewed some stretchy boys. So in that vein, I'm gonna pop a pair on. So why did I choose these two? Well, because they came in a 2-pack, and it was the cheapest price. So I just said, yeah, that's the ones we're gonna use. And it also shows a figure from Series 2 and Series 3. And even though these were the cheapest ones, I do feel like they are some interesting designs to show off. Yeah, they are definitely stretchy. They have that sandy feeling, like the material inside is that stretchy kind of sandy feeling substance that a lot of stretch toys are made out of. We've got your Ghost Pirate. Your Ghost Pirate here, that's pretty cool. Very stretchy and jiggly. jiggly and all that good stuff. And the Ghost Knight, which I thought was a cool design. A little foggy on the outside of that. Wouldn't his eyes be down here in the visor, not up in the... I guess I get what they're going for. As mentioned, at least one figure in the series is glow in the dark, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop this guy open. A little bit more weight to it than I was expecting. A bit of a buff fella. Maybe he was a bodybuilder in life. Maybe he's a ghost that haunts Castle Grayskull or something. He's got kind of old school He-Man action figure proportions there. And even though he's a ghost, he does have feet. But you can kind of get him to stand up a little bit there. Definitely stretchy. I don't know if I would test it too far, but yeah, that's pretty good. Your kids could have a lot of fun with that, or you. The material inside definitely kind of migrates down into the body, and the head's kind of empty. You can fix that just by flipping him upside down. There's something oddly satisfying about all of this, but I think that's also part of the appeal. Yeah, man, these things are cool. Why did I pick the Ghost? All of the glow-in-the-dark designs are actually pretty cool, but you know, I felt the Ghost was probably the most Halloween-y. And the best part about having a ghost, a stretchy glow-in-the-dark Halloween ghost, is you can do stuff like this with it. So I am so thoroughly disappointed. I wanted to have a little section where I showcased the glow-in-the-dark feature, but I couldn't get him to show up on camera. I assure you, to the naked eye, this figure glows quite nicely. However, I tried on 3 different cameras, a cell phone camera, standard camcorder, and a fancy Canon camera, and I could not get him to show up. Only ever so slightly. That's almost imperceptible. I'm very disappointed in that. Any footage I have is just dark footage with this weird noise in the background. And I don't want people to think I'm making that kind of content. That's the kind of content that can get you banned from YouTube. So yeah, very disappointing all around. Like I said, I assure you, it does work. It looks pretty cool, but on camera, just doesn't show up. Kind of a downer. I guess, like a lot of supernatural entities, it doesn't show up on camera. Maybe it's a real ghost. Ooh. I'm an idiot. Anyway, you're gonna remember all this that I'm doing too, aren't you? It's also pretty cool how the stretchy glow-in-the-dark material underneath, he's kind of translucent. And just on a side note, when I was placing my order for these figures, speaking of people we've seen before, hey, who's this guy? We know that design from somewhere, don't we? It's basically the much larger version of our stretchy soldier guy from the knockoff Stretch Ninja, Stretch Armstrong, Stretch Soldier that I did a video on before. Your mission, pull, twist, and stretch. I was told not to do that because of, you know, the blindness and all. But as with a lot of knockoff toys, you know, they just repurpose the mold and sell the mold off. As you can see, he's probably a good 4 inches or so, 3 or 4 inches taller. A good 4 inches taller than the version we looked at before. This guy also comes in like a cool shade of blue, but of course they didn't send me that one. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting to see. Just for a bit of fun, you go over there and hang out with your big brother. So what do you guys think? These are pretty cool for basically a knockoff Stretch Monster kind of line, keeping with the long tradition of malleable figures. And I think they are a nice little addition to that long tradition, and probably a welcome addition for a lot of Stretch toy fans, Stretch figure fans, and for a lot of monster fans. So hey, thank you very much for checking out these figures with me. I hope it was a fun Halloween diversion for you. I hope you've had a spectacular spooky season. Thank you very much for watching the video. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Like and subscribe if you want to. I'm always cool with that. I appreciate that as well. Thanks again, and until next time, I will see you.
They come out at night. They strike without warning.
Oh, no!
But now, it's your turn to get even.
Grab his arm! I got mine!
Electronic Stretch Screamers. They scream when you stretch them and come back for more. And when you squeeze their heads.
Whoa! Oh no! Here we go again! Whoa!
Electronic Stretch Screamers. You can battle them all.